r/AskReddit by LaughWithMEmes. What is a mistake that you regret, that you want to warn us about? Take care of what you have, before it becomes what you had. This includes your body. Late, but this is really important. If internet can do something as to teach you how fragile is a human body. Not only break your neck or slice your arm, there's a complex system working underneath that we must be aware and take care of, as we're the only one who will suffer the consequences of its degradation. Eat good, exercise from time to time, reduce or eliminate drugs. Take your mental health always in consideration, as nothing is that good to jeopardize it. We are not perfect and we'll fail, it's part of life. Find something, small or big, that inspire you a little to change a lot. Credit cards are not free money. You may need one to build credit, but be careful how much you use it and pay it off every month. It's so easy to charge just this one little thing over and over until the card is maximumed out. I'm a credit counselor. This in spades. Pay off your balance every month. Then no interest charges. Don't waste time being anti. I spent a lot of time in high school looking down on people's choices of music, movies, hobbies, friends, etc. I said things like they only like it because it's popular. This thing I'm into is clearly better. I was a bit of a dick, and later I realized it's okay to let people enjoy things that I don't. I wasted a lot of opportunities to learn new things and make new friends because of that attitude, and I regret it a lot. While I agree totally, I would say not to beat yourself up too much over it. That was/is a fairly common characteristic for people in high school. I went in the late 80s. It may not have been as obvious back then, since we didn't have social media like today, but there was still a lot of that type of thinking. That and being into something, until it got popular, then suddenly being anti that thing just to be a contrarian. If the group of people you're hanging around at school or elsewhere always make fun of you in a joking way, stop hanging out with them. If everybody gets their share, then it's alright, but if you're the butt of every joke, then it's not really friendship. You're just a lightning conductor for all their insecurities. Have some self-respect. Edit. Since my post is getting some attention, here are a couple of advices. If you having doubts about your friends, here is a simple test. Wait for the next time they make fun of you. When they do, instead of laughing with them, just look annoyed and tell them that you're not in the mood today for whatever reason you can come up with. Tell them to please not make fun of you today. If they oblige and back down, then maybe their friendship is genuine. Maybe. If they double down, then them. They will never have your back. Flee. Also, don't be afraid of not finding other friends. What you have right now is not better than nothing. It's negative friendship. It's an abusive relationship that make you feel worse than if you were alone. Don't be afraid to be alone. It won't happen. What's stopping you from having new friends is that abusive relationship you're experiencing right now. Get rid of it and you'll meet new people. If you are pregnant and think something is wrong, please find a doctor who will listen. My last pregnancy, I was in excruciating pain, losing weight and wasn't hungry. My obs brushed off my concerns, just saying every pregnancy is different. I was in the ER twice with upper abdominal pain. Neither time did they check my son. I had undiagnosed HELLP syndrome. Because the doctors wouldn't listen, my son died. You know your body. Don't let doctors ignore you. I hope you reported every single one. Not so they lose their jobs, but so that they'll learn something. Don't smoke. Tell your friends and family you love them. And don't forget to wear sunscreen. But most importantly, never take anything into the nether that you can't afford to lose. Don't associate with those that don't have your best interests at heart when it matters. That usually becomes quite evident when you do something that they don't like. They start to pick holes with everything to try and manipulate you back, or they just generally aren't there when you need help. Don't marry the wrong person. And don't marry the wrong person's family. That's right, when you marry someone, You also marry their family. When I married, we lived hundreds of miles from her family, so I didn't know them well. Things changed, and we were living within 5 miles of her family. Disaster struck. My wife's entire family moved less than 5 miles away from us within 6 months of the wedding. Now, 5 years later, she is starting to pick up on how toxic they can be and learning to say no. Take your days off, take your sick leave, and most of all save up money and take your vacations. Companies want you to think you are invaluable to them, but in the end they will let you go and forget you as soon as you are gone. As an old person, this is one of my regrets. Why did I work so much overtime, never take holidays, etc.? I'm suffering because of this and feel miserable, guilty and helpless when I'm off work. It's come to a point where I feel I'm burning out and losing my sanity. Can anyone spare a moment to chat with me about this? Keep a close eye on your relationship with substances. Many of you will have serious problems with them and won't realize until you're in very deep. The shackles of addiction are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. I think I'll not be drinking for the rest of the week. Triple redundancy. Back up all your photos, videos etc. I lost about a year of photos, which included a couple of big life events. Mostly I backed up but got sloppy. Cloud storage is very cheap, but don't rely on just that. Put it on a hard drive as well and a few other places. Also, for those who are a little older, check all those old DVD/CDs you burnt, as they are degrading and data is being lost. I worked in an Apple store. I had a lady come in and tell me she was really worried because she dropped her phone in the sink and it won't turn on. She's panicked because she's a single mom and all the photos of her young daughter are only on this phone. Open it in the back and sure enough, it's completely soaked. There's still water on the battery and all the water indicators are red. I had to walk out and tell this poor woman that she no longer had photos of her daughter growing up. This was not news she was happy about, and it was a rough day at work. I'll let her know about data recovery, but how much that would cost in that situation I have no idea. Back up your data. Edit. For context, this was over 5 years ago. I understand there's an automated backup option, but that can be shut off. Not everyone is a tech whiz, and that job taught me most people do not understand how their phones work or the services offered. I had to walk so many young people through understanding you can be logged into your email on more than one device. It's not like she was the only one not understanding her iPhone. Always watch how your love interest treats other people. The day will inevitably come when that person will treat you the same way. Yikes. Now I gotta find a whole new person to obsess over and avoid. Good stuff, my man. Don't put too much thought into what people think about you. Just be a good person and have good intentions and realize that you can't please everyone. Unfortunately, this happens subconsciously. We judge people on appearance, accents, clothes and even how they walk. It's a tricky one to adjust to, but can be done. Learn to judge people on their actions as opposed to their physical appearance. I think it's easy to not judge someone. The hard part is to stand up for someone when other people are judging them. Especially when you feel indifferent to the person or what they are being judged for, if that makes sense. Don't date someone because you are lonely. Date someone because you see a future with them. So many wasted years when I was a teen and early adult. Edit. Also, don't drink your life away. Also, don't stay with someone because you care about them and don't want to let them down / make them sad. It will be better for you both to cut it when it's not working. I think too many people do this and end up lonely because they try to make it work when it isn't and waste so many years that it becomes harder to grow a life together. On the flip side, so many people pass on the person they see themselves settling down with because they want to live and experience new things. If someone is a great person, don't expect them to wait for you. They need to live their life as well, and you will miss out. Not breaking up with a guy immediately after he hits you for the first time. I'm sorry doesn't press the reset button. I was trapped in an extremely abusive relationship for 9 months And it all started cause he pinched me at an airport for letting someone cut us. 3 months later he was putting me in headlocks and choking me for not letting him move the bed. Jesus Christ, I'm glad you got out. Please like and subscribe for more. This is Laugh with Memes. Goodbye.